Hello and welcome to this week's Horse Racing Ireland Racing Preview with myself, Sarah Pickford, and my colleague Martin Murphy. Today we're going to be taking a look at Bellewstown on Sunday the 8th of July. It's the final day of the three-day meeting. Now it's a mixed card with 7 races and the first race is off at 2:35. The going currently is soft, but they have obviously got a lot of rain forecast over the weekend. Now the first race we're going to be taking a look at is the 3:05. This is the Glebe House Stud Handicap. It's over a mile. The horse that stood out for me in this race is Kedleston, trained by Tommy Stagg. He won at Bellewstown on Thursday, which is interesting that he's out again so soon.
Well, yes, Sarah, and that was actually his 3rd win of the season, so he's been the most consistent horse. He won twice in the all-weather early on in the season, and obviously will have strong claims here. Although it's only a 6-horse race, it is a very interesting and competitive contest, and the one I actually like is another one that won at Leopardstown on Thursday night, a horse called Little Arrows, trained by Ken Condon and ridden by the in-form Shane Foley, who's in tremendous form at the moment. Now this one just won a 7-4 handicap very narrowly on Thursday night, and with the rain I think forecast over the weekend, he might just be able to handle the softer ground conditions better than Kedleston. Now other horses with a chance in the race will be Boom to Bust, who won at Naas last week, and also Cheval Rouge, narrowly beaten at the Curragh last weekend. So although only 6 runners, very competitive race, and slight vote goes for Little Arrows.
Okay, so the next race we're going to move on to then is the 4:35. This is the jugforjockeys.ie hurdle. It's over 2 miles and 4. The horse, obviously, it's hard to look past Discoteca, Gordon Elliott's runner in this race.
Well, I think so, Sarah. Like, he's been in quite good form. He had to battle hard to beat Casimir Road at Gordon Park last week. And while he is, only a 4-year-old, he's obviously very much improved. I think he will take a bit of beating here. He is the deserved favourite. Just one horse I would like to mention, though, is a horse called the Bella from the Paul Nolan yard. Didn't run all that well at the Curragh last weekend on the flat, but does have some reasonable form to her name and won't mind soft ground. So while I expect Discoteca to win, I certainly would, recommend the Bella as an each way bet for a better price.
Okay. So we'll move on then to the next race we're going to have a look at, and this is the 5:35. This is the Panda QR handicap. It's over 1 mile and 6. Now Paramount, I quite like the look of this, trained by Ted Walsh. He was the winner of the Ladies Derby last year and has some quite consistent form.
Yeah, normally goes well in these type of races. Can be a bit of a tricky customer in that he doesn't find an awful lot off the bridle.
Okay.
So it'll be interesting to see what happens. Also, if the ground got very soft, he may not be in love with it. But he has to have a decent chance and would be very hard to keep out of the first 3. However, just lower down the weights, I like to look for a horse here of Kieran Purcell's called Bridge Lodge, a very decent 4-year hurdler early on in the season. He won a couple of graded races and he loves heavy ground. He didn't run all that well at Leopardstown last time, over 1.25 miles, but I think the distance was too short. He was only 4 to Stranfield Lady on that occasion. But I think over the longer distance on Sunday, he might be certainly worth supporting.
Okay, and is there anything else on the card that stands out to you?
Well, Bellewstown's a very tricky meeting and they certainly want horses for courses here, and one of the local trainers, Harry Rogers, normally does very well here. And in the 3:35, he's already snapped up the service of Pat Smullen for a horse called Irish Real. This one has ran well at Naas there last Wednesday week, attracted a bit of support on that occasion, and she will like soft ground. So I'd recommend her each way in that 3:35 race. And then the 4:05, I like the look of this Knock Crockery for John Nicholson. Very consistent mare, runs well over hurdles and on the flat, will like the 1.6 mile distance, and has again Pat Smullen on board. So I recommend Knock Crockery in that 4:05, just a little each way at a big price.
Okay then, so we'll just summarise Bellewstown then. In the 3:05, I like the look of Kedleston, and Martin's gone for Little Arrows. The 3:35, he likes the look of Irish Real. In the 4:05, Knock Crockery. Going on to the 4:35, I don't think we're looking far past Discoteca, but Martin has given a mention to Tabella. And then moving on to the 5:35, I'm going for Paramount, and Martin's gone for Bridge Lodge. Okay, so next week we'll be previewing Tipperary on Saturday, and then we have racing at Fairy House and Sligo on Sunday. Thank you for watching.